Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of our Crypto Deep Dive. Today we're exploring one of the most talked about projects in the blockchain world, Pi Network. I'm Sarah, and with me is Daniel.
Thanks, Sarah. Pi Network has been gaining incredible attention globally, and it's not hard to see why. With more than 100 million users mining on their phones, it's one of the largest crypto communities ever built. But there's a lot of curiosity and even debate around what makes Pi different from other digital currencies. And one of the most interesting topics right now is the GCV, or Global Consensus Value.
That's right. Many pioneers around the world are talking about the GCV because it represents the community's shared belief about Pi's potential value. It's not an officially fixed price from exchanges, but it's a powerful symbol of unity. An idea that the worth of Pi is determined by its users, by real people who are building and supporting this network together.
And that's what sets Pi apart from other cryptocurrencies. Most coins start with a market value determined by traders, but Pi is starting with a consensus value, built from community agreement. It's a unique approach that reflects the project's goal: to create a decentralized digital economy where everyone, not just investors or institutions, has a voice.
Exactly. And this community-first approach goes beyond the idea of price or value. It's deeply rooted in how Pi operates as a network. For example, Pi doesn't rely solely on mobile mining. It also uses something called Pi nodes, and that's where the real power of decentralization comes in.
Let's break that down. A Pi node is a computer or desktop system that helps maintain, secure, and verify the transactions happening within the Pi network. While millions of people mine Pi on their phones by pressing a single button every day, nodes are the backbone of the entire system. They're what keeps the blockchain stable, synchronized, and trustworthy.
And unlike Bitcoin or Ethereum mining, which requires powerful hardware and consumes a lot of electricity, Pi nodes are designed to be lightweight and accessible. Anyone with a standard computer can run one. It's efficient, sustainable, and perfectly in line with Pi's mission to make cryptocurrency available to everyone, regardless of technical background or financial status.
And now Pi Network has taken a big leap forward in this area with the release of its latest desktop update, version 0.5.4. This update isn't just a small patch, it's a major step toward a more efficient and user-friendly Pi ecosystem.
That's true. The new Pi Desktop 0.5.4 brings improvements across performance, usability, and security. It's faster, smarter, and more stable than before. But what's really impressive is how this update came to life. Through direct collaboration with the community, the core team didn't just develop it behind closed doors. They collected reports, feedback, and suggestions from node operators and pioneers all around the world, then turned that input into real improvements.
One of the biggest highlights is the introduction of community-driven fixes for mining and node rewards. This means the system now processes rewards more accurately, giving every user fair recognition for their uptime, performance, and contribution. Previously, some users experienced small inconsistencies with reward timing, but that's now been addressed. The result is smoother mining, fairer reward distribution, and a stronger sense of transparency.
And that's what makes Pi different. It's not a top-down organization. The network evolves through collaboration. When users report an issue, they're not ignored. Their feedback becomes part of the solution. This is decentralization in action, a real-world example of how community voices shape the technology they rely on.
Another important addition in this version is something called open port verification. It might sound technical, but it's actually a huge improvement. Essentially, it checks whether your node's network ports are open and correctly configured. Why does that matter? Because if your node is properly connected to the network, it performs better, communicates faster, and earns more accurate bonus rewards.
So in short, if your node setup is healthy and your connection is reliable, the system can measure your contribution correctly. That not only benefits individual users who want fair rewards, but also strengthens the overall integrity of the Pi blockchain. It's a smart way to improve both performance and accountability at the same time.
Exactly. And Pi's team also made another upgrade that's more about user convenience. In version 0.5.4, you can now access approved external resources directly from the Pi desktop itself. That includes official Pi blogs, developer documentation, and ecosystem news. You no longer have to jump to a browser or search social media to stay informed. Everything is built right into the desktop experience.
I love that because it bridges the gap between the technical side and the community side of Pi. Education is key in any blockchain project, and Pi Network seems to understand that better than most. When users can access official updates and learning materials directly in the app, they stay informed, engaged, and motivated to participate.
Another interesting change in this update is the repositioning of the Pi App Studio shortcut to the top navigation bar. It might sound small, but it makes a big difference for developers. The App Studio is where new decentralized apps, or DApps, are built on the Pi blockchain. By making it more visible and easier to access, Pi is encouraging more developers to experiment, innovate, and create new applications that expand the ecosystem.
That's crucial because the future of Pi doesn't just depend on mining or nodes, it depends on what people build with it. The more apps and services created within the Pi ecosystem, the more valuable Pi becomes as a currency. By supporting developers with better tools and smoother workflows, this update helps lay the foundation for the next generation of Pi-based applications.
There's also a fix to a technical issue that developers will appreciate: the App Studio preview display problem. Previously, some users had trouble seeing accurate previews when testing apps before deployment. The new version solves that, ensuring apps look and function exactly as intended before going live. It's a small but meaningful step toward better quality control and trust within the developer community.
All these updates add up to more than just software changes. They reflect a philosophy that technology and community can evolve together. Every improvement in Pi Desktop v0.5.4 shows that the core team values user experience, listens to feedback, and genuinely wants to build something that works for everyone.
It's also worth mentioning that this update prepares the network for something even bigger: open mainnet. When Pi fully opens, it will allow transactions, trading, and real-world utility on a global scale. Updates like 0.5.4 make sure that the foundation is stable enough to handle that transition smoothly.
Absolutely. Pi Network is proving that decentralization isn't just about technology, it's about people. From the concept of GCV, where value comes from community agreement, to the node system, where users directly support the network's growth, Pi is redefining what it means to participate in the digital economy.
And with over 100 million downloads, an active developer base, and a growing ecosystem of apps, Pi Network is showing that the future of cryptocurrency doesn't have to be exclusive or complex. It can be inclusive, fair, and human-centered.
The journey from mobile mining to a decentralized web of nodes and applications shows just how much this project has evolved. Every update, including version 0.5.4, takes it one step closer to becoming a complete, functioning digital economy.
In the end, Pi Desktop v0.5.4 isn't just a technical milestone, it's a symbol of progress, proof that innovation, transparency, and community engagement can move forward together.
Pi Network is more than an app, it's a movement. It's about giving people around the world a fair chance to join the digital future. Whether through GCV, mobile mining, or running a node, every user is part of that story.
The world is watching closely, and as Pi moves toward open mainnet, one thing is certain: the network's strength lies in its people. Millions of voices, one shared vision, and now a more powerful node system to carry it all forward.
This has been an incredible discussion, Daniel. From understanding GCV to exploring the latest node update, it's clear that Pi Network is shaping the future of Web3 in its own way. Slow, steady, and with purpose.
Absolutely, Sarah. Pi isn't just building a blockchain, it's building a community-powered digital economy.
And with that, we wrap up today's segment. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Daniel. Thanks for joining us as we explore the ever-evolving world of Pi Network. Stay tuned, stay informed, and as always, keep pioneering.